Hey everybody, this is John the Sea Monkey Dude here, wanting to do a video for you that everyone has been asking for. If you're unaware, I started a huge sea monkey colony 2 weeks ago from today that is in a 16-gallon aquarium. We used over 250 packets from Transcience, the Sea Monkeys company, to start this. It's packet number 1, the water purifier, packet number 2, the instant live eggs. And the question that everybody's been asking me is, how do you feed these guys? Now, I'm not an expert. I'm not a marine biologist or a scientist or anything like that. I'm just a guy with a hobby, and I knew this was going to be some trial and error, but so far, it seems to be working. Something that was sort of a blessing in disguise is that when I started this colony, we had a stowaway on my thermometer. So on my thermometer probe, I took it out of another sea monkey tank and put it in this new big one, and there was an adult female sea monkey sort of latched on, eating some algae that was on that probe. And I didn't have the heart to suck her up with an aqua leash and put her back where she belongs, so she became a permanent resident in this new colony. What's great about that is, since she was full grown, it's easy to see her gut line, so I can see if she's been eating well. With the baby, sometimes it's hard to tell because you can't really see all that. Now, the sea monkeys are getting to be big enough where I can see their gut lines on most of them, and I can see that they are eating well. So, like I said, what I've done is did a little bit of research online, talked to a couple of you guys in the community, and it was, like I said, a little bit of trial and error. But I'm going to show you guys because I feed them on Mondays and on Fridays. I do a little bit throughout the week, but those are the main feeding days. I want to show you guys what I do. It is Monday right now as I'm recording this, and I have not fed them yet today. So I'll show you. So you can see this stuff right here. This is some spirulina powder. I bought this from Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. This is 10 ounces. That's a whole lot of powder. Now, I am very loyal to the Sea Monkeys brand. This whole new aquarium, they're not generic brine shrimp. They are real sea monkeys, from their packets. The water was created with that. We have packet number 1 and packet number 2. No Winston Ocean, no random salt, no random ass brine shrimp eggs. They are sea monkeys. Now, for the food, I am doing a mixture of this stuff and the branded sea monkey food. Simply because this stuff is a lot more affordable. It's really as simple as that. So what I've been doing, and I really don't have a science to this, I took one of these sea monkey feeding spoons. You guys have all seen these. And I'm not taking level scoopfuls out of here. I'm taking good amounts out of here. Look at all that powder on there. And I'm putting it in this little squirt bottle. Just like that. I'm doing several of this. This stuff is like dark emerald green in color. It doesn't have a bad smell or anything to it, so that's cool. I'm trying to get a good amount of this in here. Alright. So I do a few sort of like scoops or whatever you want to call that. I'm scooping it in using that spoon, but I'm not using the actual little scooper on there. So we got some in there. Let's close this up, move it out of the way. I'm putting the lid in here upside down, turn it into a funnel. This is purified drinking water right here. This is from Target. So instead of just topping off the water like I do with the other tanks, I usually do that once a week. Instead of doing top-offs, I've been mixing the water with this to top off the water. So that way I don't have to suck aquarium water out of there. I tried doing that the first time, and you have to be so careful, especially when there's babies in there. There were so many babies. I could not suck water out of there without sucking up babies. And I don't want to hurt any sea monkeys if I don't have to. So instead of just topping off the water, we just do kill two birds with one stone. We're going to top off the water and feed them at the same time. So you can see I'm filling this here. And we'll fill it almost all the way. I want to shake it to mix it really well. There we go. Put the cap back on here so we don't spill it. Flip this cap, put it on the way it's supposed to go on here. Some of you guys may notice in some of my other videos, I've got these mouse pads all over my desk. That's just to protect against spills and stuff like that. I had a towel there before, but I think this looks a little bit nicer. And they're sticky on the bottom so they don't slide around. Alright, we got the cat back on here. Just going to put my thumb over the top. Give it a really good shake. Mix that stuff in there. Now again, the amount that I used isn't scientific. It's a few scoops, right? And we know when you feed them, the water gets a little bit cloudy, and that's okay. It doesn't have to look crystal clear. Crystal clear is pretty. Not ideal for sea monkeys, though. They want to eat those particles. They need to be able to eat them, right? They're filter feeders. They're filtering the water with their bodies and taking those particles out and eating them. All right. I think that's mixed pretty good. Yeah. Now we're going to squirt it into that aquarium. I'm going to pause the video and readjust my phone here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see what I'm doing. All right, I'm back. I flipped my phone around about 180 degrees. I'm lifting off the top of this aquarium. It's got cool LED lights built in there. Pretty sweet, right? Lifting that up. We've got our now purified drinking water and spirulina mixture. I'm going to squirt it right in. All right, here we go. We'll notice green cloudy water towards the top of the tank. I try to spray it all over the place. There we go. All right, trying to get as much of that out of there as we can. I think we're looking good. All right, now the other thing that I do is put in a little bit of powdered sea monkey food. This is sea monkey growth food. It comes in packet number 3. It's got that green and white label. You guys have seen that, right? And for regular sea monkey tanks, most people just sprinkle some powder, a scoop full at a time typically, on the top of the water. Don't necessarily stir it. And eventually, it dissipates in the water over the next couple of days, or sometimes it seems like they come up and eat it. I don't know if there's sea monkeys that prefer to come up and look for particles at the top or not. I don't know. But I figure it doesn't hurt to sprinkle a little bit of this stuff on the top of the water. And this way, if there's any nutrients that are in the sea monkey branded food that are not in that spirulina, hey, we're getting them in here. Also, I think most of us know that sea monkey branded growth food has eggs in it, so we're probably slowly populating this tank more, with more eggs, just like we would a regular sea monkey tank. So there we go. And whenever I feed my sea monkeys, whether in this big tank or in the other tanks, I'll typically leave the bubbles off for about an hour or so. Sort of let things settle a little bit, let them go up to the top and eat if they want, that powder up there. And after an hour or longer, I'll turn the bubbles back on, and they will help mix things up a little bit more so they can eat, and it goes throughout the water. I'll pause the video again, and I will go and show you what it looks like inside the aquarium here. Hold on. Okay, so here's what we've got inside the aquarium. If you look at this top, that is cloudy. I literally just poured that water mixture in there, like 2 minutes ago. Down here, not so cloudy. Look at that. All right. So this will settle, in an hour or two. It starts to settle. But we've got sea monkeys swimming around. They'll swim through and eat that. And by tomorrow or so, this water will be super, super clear again, just based on what I've done in the past. So you can see down at the bottom, it's still very clear. And we can see in there really easily. As we go up, and there's where that murky water is from the spirulina purified water mixture that I put in there. But these guys are getting bigger. They've got full gut lines. They've got full bellies. They seem to be eating well. I'm not seeing a lot of dead ones, which is good. I think literally I've seen one. We all know a lot of the babies die off, which is very sad. And a lot of times you don't really notice their bodies, and I'm sure that has happened. But with these like teen looking ones, stuff like that, that are bigger and you can actually, sadly see their bodies when they pass away, I've seen one. That's, better ratio than, most of my other tanks, which is great. So that's how I feed them. We do mostly that spirulina and water mixture, pour that in. I do it twice a week, and then put a little bit of sea monkey food on the top. And I'll put in a little bit of the sea monkey food powder like that on other days too. Just a little bit, not tons. Now, a little bit considering this is a 16-gallon tank, right? But not tons. And it seems to be working. If you got any questions, please put them in the comments. Let me know. Give me your thoughts. If you've got a big, huge sea monkey tank, tell me how you feed yours. I want to know. I want to learn from your successes. And honestly, and your failures too, if you've had any failures. Hopefully you're having successes though. But I want to learn from your experience. So that way this colony can continue to do extremely, extremely well. Again, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you like my content, feel free to share it. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when I publish new videos. I try to post the links on social media too. If you don't follow me on social media, you can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me in the Sea Monkey Clubhouse Facebook group as well. Thanks everybody, have a great night.